At the end of every season, I always like to look back on the year and just remind ourselves of how lucky and blessed we really are to get to live the life we do and see the things we get to do, day in and day out. You would think after 10 years of doing this, it would start to feel like a job or become routine for me. It hasn't. Every single day feels like a blessing to me, and I feel lucky to get to do what I do each and every day. So as we take a look back on this season, I just want to take an in-depth look at a few of the hunts that made this year so memorable. It'd be hard for me to ever think of 2016 without thinking of my unbelievable season of elk hunting. Most years, I'm the guy that grinds it out to the very last day, but this year, things unfolded just like you see on TV. Piece of timber isn't that thick through it, so we'd be able to hear. I think to get on anything easy here if we just skirt this top in. Those other hunters are just out on the hills. so I shot him right there. Got ourselves an elk. That's a big bull. Who would have thought, huh? Just go from nothing to right in the middle of them. Next thing you know, you're done. Just a beautiful, beautiful almost 6 by 7. It's hard for me to believe, you know, early in the year like this, hadn't really been into elk at all. Just still trying to figure out what we needed to do, and this was just a gift. He came out and just, you know, worked his way right towards us. We didn't have to do anything. We just intercepted the direction he was headed, bugling, and he came right into our lap. One cow call, and he came into 35 yards. You know, it was almost like it was his first night looking for cows. And we were in the right place at the right time. This is just a beautiful, beautiful 6 by 6, 6 by 7. I can't believe it. As I look back on this elk season, it was so much different than any other I had had in the past. Normally, there's lots of blown opportunities and close calls, but this year, it only took one. Very few moments in life do we get the opportunity to travel to a foreign place and hunt with some of the best friends we have in our life. This past year, our good friends Willie and Sherry Schmidt from Peer Hunting TV invited Cassandra and I down to Argentina to bow hunt free-range red stag during the roar.
Well, it's midday and we tried to go and see some access and some fallow. Came up about 27 yards from a really nice access, but he scared him out of his bed and he went running. There's just a lot of eyes.
And I had to wait because you guys had to get here, but man. Oh, good job. It's
Well,
beautiful.
hopefully. I don't like celebrating until I have that.
Looking back, this was exactly the first bow hunt that Cassandra needed. It tested every skill she had, from stalking to patience, and then delivering one well-placed shot. I was super proud of her for sticking it out and getting it done, right up until the last day. Hunt smarter with the new era of GPS. My whole life I had dreamed about the opportunity to head down south and bow hunt free-range red stag during the roar. Little did I know that that opportunity would actually come sooner than expected. Looking back on this hunt, it's so few times that when you plan something and you have expectations, especially when it's far from home, that trip or that hunt exceeds all expectations. This hunt to Argentina with Cassandra and my good friends did just that. Not only did I get the free-range red stag I was after, but Cassandra got her first archery kill ever. And to be able to experience it with some of my best friends and have the hunt of a lifetime was everything I had ever hoped. Hunt smarter with the new era of GPS. Hunting mule deer during the rut here in Montana has been something that's been a passion of mine since I was a little boy. I remember getting pulled out of school at an early age when my dad figured we would time that rut just right to head east and hunt mule deer. Now in Montana, we're fortunate to be one of the only states that allows any hunter to hunt mule deer during the rut with an over-the-counter tag. Because of that, we truly enjoy taking those middle weeks of November and heading out east, digging in, and hunting mule deer. Every now and then on a hunt, you end up getting distracted by finding an animal that you're not exactly after, but that animal is so amazing, you can't stop thinking about it. Last year while elk hunting, we found this mule deer buck and knew that this was a buck we needed to dedicate our season to. Get ready for him to run up out of there. Looking back on this hunt, I'm so proud of Cassandra. To move down to Montana and face the challenges of hunting different than she had to face in Alaska. But to put it together on the first buck of a lifetime. Every year at the beginning of deer season, we always wonder, what is our deer tag going to look like at the end of the year? Is it going to be taped on the biggest buck of our life? Or is it going to be an added ingredient for tag soup? This year was no different for me. I really had no idea what this year would bring as far as mule deer. But I knew if I went to an old familiar spot and just dug in, like I had done every year since I was 12 years old, there was a good chance I would find a buck worth putting my tag on. Looking back, I never would have dreamed that I would have shot a double main beam mule deer. I've never seen or filmed a double main beam mule deer, let alone put my tag on it. This season exceeded every expectation I could have dreamed of for mule deer season. This was the buck of my lifetime, and something I never could have seen coming. As we look into next season of Into High Country, we already have some amazing hunts on film that I cannot wait to share with you. We push ourselves to produce a show better every year, to showcase what Western hunting is all about. We work harder to capture better sunrises, better skylines, and show you how things really happen out here. Into High Country was inspired by putting on your backpack in striking off into the wilderness without a clue of what might happen. And I look forward to doing more of this, and hopefully next year delivering a show bigger and better than we've ever done. Until then, keep the wind in your face, and I'll see you next season.